Over 200 day trades versus 100 swing trades. Which one's going to win? In today's video, that's exactly what I want to talk about. I want to look at my stats from last year across my prop firm trading accounts. And I want to talk about the amount of money that I made day trading versus swing trading, and if there's a clear winner and why I believe that is the case. And then what we can ultimately do with that information. Of course, this is just my information, but I encourage you to do the exact same thing in your own trading so that you can track and then you can analyze what is actually making you money, what could be hurting you, so you can make data-driven decisions that'll ultimately make you more money in the long run. Okay, we're looking at my TradeZella dashboard. It's actually the new performance dashboard, and I've customized the filters to January 1st to December 31st across all of the accounts, which these were at the time all prop firm accounts inside or that I've now tracked with TradeZella. So you can see my average hold time, P&L, all these things. Some of these multiples are not accurate because some of the accounts automatically track them and some of the accounts didn't. I never went back and edited any of this stuff, so I never really cared for that. You can look at our multiples as how people trade. I never really thought that way. I'm always kind of like a dollars and cents guy. Like, hey, I risk this much to make this much, and that's just kind of how my mind works. But cool, all this information is it's great. You can see my best month, 1,600, worst month down 1,300, on average making $322 per month. Is that a ton of money? No. But if you had a side hustle that you can make $322 a month doing, would you do it with the potential to scale it up? I certainly would, and that's why I'm doing, or that's what I'm doing now in this year. And this year I'm scaling it up substantially. So hopefully we can put like an extra zero on that frame. It's kind of, or maybe two, it is kind of maybe not two, but an extra zero on that frame would be nice. It's kind of like the way we're trying to scale it up, 10x that. And you can do that with prop firms with your own money, maybe a little bit slower, but that's just kind of what my approach has been. So with that said, let's get into the good stuff here. You can kind of see the net P&L curve. You can see all the stuff, but is there a way to tell, if my day trades are making sense or my swing trades are making sense, or where my money is being made? So that's exactly what I did. On TradeZella, I went to the compare tab. For group one, this is going to be the day trade group. So I'm going to go and tag 15-minute charts, 5-minute charts. We have 1-hour charts and 30-minute charts. The reason why I do this is because those are all the time frames for me that I am day trading. Okay. For me, I don't day trade on timeframes larger than those, and those are the only timeframes that I use. I'm going to make sure that I select the dates here, start and end, to be just last year, so we can get a sense of how my year was. Okay, on this group, group two, this is going to be the swing trade group. So 1 day time frame, we have 4-hour time frame, and then we have 1 week time frame. And these are all swing trades. Okay, so I set the start and end date. Just because I had selected this prior at the top does not mean that this report is going to go under those same dates. So set the start and end date, generate the report. But before we do that, a quick word from the sponsor of today's video, Ironbeam.
Welcome to Ironbeam, the future of futures trading. With our cutting-edge chart trading feature and 300+ indicators, you can now trade directly off the chart anytime, anywhere. Delivering seamless trading across all platforms, the Ironbeam journey is supported by 24-hour trader support, low day trade margins, and no account minimums. Ironbeam brings the future into the present. Join now and augment your trading experience.
So what you're going to see right now is pretty interesting information, I think. So when I saw this, I immediately was like, okay, we've got to do something about this. I quickly realized that through my swing trading, I had an advantage. And through my day trading, I did not. So if we look back at our group one, which is our day trade group, you can see that we took about 160 trades actually. And it had a 34% win rate. It was doing okay for periods of time, and then it kind of fell off into the second half of I guess as we pushed into July, August, September, it fell off. I had a lot more trades going on earlier, and then the end of the year it fell off. I didn't trade as much, and it wasn't working as much, and I think that's partially why I wasn't trading as much. And you'll see that on the right-hand side, we were swing trading more, and we were doing better and better. So what we have is a very simple up and to the right trending curve on the swing trade side. Don't get too caught up in the P&Ls because I don't think it's that important. But if you see, we were down 885 on the day trade group, and we were up over 5,000 on the swing trade group. So it's like, okay, why aren't we just swing trading? And that's exactly what I'm doing in 2025. And now I'm scaling it up even further, so hopefully we can get these numbers up higher. But this is insane. This is insane because what you're going to see is something that you might not have been able to tell without tracking it. And that's why I think it's so important to track all this information. So to me, here's where I get really excited though, because not do I care that this is 34% win rate could make money. If I trade a strategy and I have huge winners and pretty small losers, this could make money. So that's fine. If I'm trading an option strategy, this actually might work. If you're trading like buying calls, buying puts, because you're probably going to have a lot of losers and you're also going to have hopefully some bigger winners that outweigh. Like that's certainly a valid win rate. You can even make money less. There's no rules. But when I got over here, I go, okay, so you're going to tell me that out of 110 trades roughly that were swing trades, I had a 51% win rate? That's pretty good. If I can make more money on my winners than my losers and I can have a 50% win rate, I'm happy. And you're going to tell me that my average winning trade was 194 and my average losing trade was 95. That's like literally a 2-to-1. So what I essentially took away from last year was that I had an approach in swing trading that was giving me a risk 1 to make 2 and win half the time. That right there is an extremely profitable strategy in my books. Maybe in your books or in someone else's books, that's not good enough because you got to be able to win every single day. Your win rate should be 75%. I'll tell you this, guys. I have found that A is not sustainable and B is extremely, extremely unlikely. Think about the probabilities. Most fail in general. If you agree with the 90% rule, meaning 90% of active traders are losing money, then okay, 10% are making money. Inside of that 10% that are making money, there have been studies on this as well. Inside of the percentage who are making money, most are barely making any money. Very few are making a lot of money. So inside of that 10%, an even smaller percent are actually making or actually could be doing the 75% win rate with risking 1 to make 2, which is an insanely profitable strategy. It's like almost you have to know something. It's like a Nancy Pelosi strategy type of deal. But for the average Joe, this is really good. To be honest with you, I'd be okay with a 40% win rate with this risk reward. I'd love that too. So when I saw this, I was like, ladies and gentlemen, we have it. We now know where to make the adjustments. So for this year, I'm not day trading. So for 2025, I'm not day trading because of this data. And then I'm going to take into account the data for this year. And every year is going to be different. Every year, the market's going to change. With the administration being a little more rocky, swing trades, you can say, oh my God, it's got to be tough. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's different. It's definitely different. But it's profitable so far. And I'm hoping to keep even, close to these numbers. I'd be happy. So if you are not tracking your data, do you have to track with TradeZella? No. If you want to track with TradeZella, I'll leave a link down below, code TC10, save 10%. Cool, whatever. But if you're not tracking your data, it's harder to see this because your mind doesn't catch these things, especially when you're taking hundreds of trades. It's not easy just to kind of catch it. Yeah, over time, you'll get the sense, hey, when I swing trade, I just feel like I'm making more money when I'm trading. Great, do more of that. Like you'll get that eventually, but it can take a lot longer and you can make those decisions based off the data much quicker if you're tracking it. So for me, swing trades beat day trades. For you, that might not be the case. And this can be tracked across so many variables. So split test, just like anything else, split test your trading, make adjustments, and hopefully you can make some money in the end. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.